Hello and welcome to Think About It, where we have just two primary goals. One, to get you to think about it, and two, to just make more sense than Keith Olbermann. And in fact, on this video, I might add a third goal. Have you forward this video to your liberal friends so that for the first time in months, perhaps they will consider thinking about what's going on in our world. Three questions for you in what will be a pretty short video. Number one, if an overwhelming majority of Americans are demanding health care, the Obama and Senate and House version all melded into one glorious mess, why did Harry Reid need to promise $300 million of your dollars to a couple of recalcitrant Democrat senators? Yes, these duly elected women held out. Now, I have to think that if their phone lines were burning up and if their offices were inundated with people stopping by to say, you better vote for this thing, old Senator Harry wouldn't have needed to bribe anybody. Reality is, your elected officials are thumbing their nose, flipping their middle finger, and any other form of disrespect you can think of regarding your opinion. That vote on Saturday was laughable, because the money that was being handed out had nothing to do with health care. I guess that's how you get a bill to be 2,047 pages. So question number one is this: what will it take to get Washington to listen to the people who clearly are not in favor of this garbage? Number two, terror trials in New York City. Are you kidding me? Why not all the terrorists? Why only some of them? Why are we dividing them in half? Well, Attorney General Eric Holder was asked that question, and his answer was, I get to make these decisions, and I have made them. That's the equivalent of when you were a little kid asking your parents, well, why do I have to eat that? And they say, because I said so. The only difference is Eric Holder is not entitled to that sort of authority over you or over me. He is overstepping his bounds incredibly, and with today's revelation that the defense attorneys for the 5 terrorists coming to New York plan to plead not guilty in order that their defendants will have a public forum to bash this country. Do you think it was a good idea? I guess if I'm having to hold myself to that 3-question promise here for today's video, I would ask this: what on earth can justify granting the rights of U.S. citizenship to terrorists that killed 3,000 U.S. citizens? That's where your government is. Question number 3. Did you see the Saturday Night Live skit, the China debate, or the press conference? Absolutely hilarious. I wish I could figure out how to insert that video into this one. All you need to do is just search here on YouTube, SNL China Obama skit. You'll laugh your head off. Why? Not because they're making fun of his goofy ears or his stumbling speech patterns because no prompter was present, but because they finally went after his policies, with the Chinese premier making a statement that it seems like every time you have an idea to save money, it costs money. Folks, are you waking up to the coming economic peril being brought about by a government filled with socialists, Marxists, communists, by the way, all in their own words, and greedy elected officials on both sides of the aisle? It is time for you to ask the question, how do I make it stop? Those 3 questions should give you plenty to chew on, so hopefully you'll think about it.